Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Vid Productions presentation. I am Vinny, your host, also known as BNSF 6951 and also known as Cousin Vinny. If you guys like watching rail fanning videos or run-off sessions on my layout that's sitting behind me, scratch builds, or live streams, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And after you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the bell. This way you'll get notified every time I upload a video or a live stream. And I wouldn't mind you giving me a couple of those also. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's get on with the video. This Vinny Vid production video brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget the 5% discount code BNSF 6951. Alright guys, welcome back to part 5 of the engine house build for Redbird Tony 2010. And as you can see, I have the building temporarily sitting on the foundation or floor or whatever you want to call it. Let's see if I can lift it up a bit so you guys can see what it looks like in there. And there you go. So now, this video, hopefully, fingers crossed that this is going to be the reveal to this model. Anyhow, we're going to concentrate on windows and the exterior paint and all that stuff in this video. And if I get all that done, then most likely this will be the end of this build and with the reveal. So anyhow, with all that being said, we're going to start with checking out and see what size pilasters I'm going to use on this. And I came up with this number 116 evergreen product, and it is 0.4 millimeters by 3.2 millimeters, which equals to 3 inches by 18 inches, and I think that might be a good size for a pilaster. So basically what it's going to do is I'll have it come up like this up to where the peak ends up here, and then each place where I have a beam inside, this will correspond on the outside. This will be painted whatever color I'm going to use for the exterior, which I think I'm going to be using like a wash basically. I've never worked with brick before, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But anyhow, whatever color I decide to do this will be just regular painted, and I might be brush painting all of this stuff. Anyhow, with all of that being said, I'm going to get started, and we'll see how this is going to work out. So with that being said, we'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, we're going to do some window treatments on this build also. So what you see here is some what I'm going to be calling window sills. And these are for the 4 lower windows, and I'm starting to do these for the upper windows, and I need 10 of these, and they are being done by this number 132 evergreen styrene. It measures 30 thousandths by 40 thousandths, which relates to 3 inches by 6 inches in end scale. So with that being said, I already cut 5 of them. I need to have 10 of them. So basically this is how we're going to do it. We're just going to line this up on 0, and I'm going to take, if you guys remember, I told you guys about having a chisel blade. So basically what I'm going to do is go to the 11 foot mark and just push down, and bam, there goes another one. I mean, I would use my chopper right now, but this is more accessible for me at the moment, just to do it this way. So I look to say some different ways, you know. I mean, it sounds like I'm lazy, but in actuality I do save a bit of time by doing some stuff this way instead of getting the proper tools. So that's 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. All right. Look at that, just enough on one piece of that. Very cool. Alright. And there you go. Alright, so now I have all of my window sills cut out, and I am going to, like I said with the pilastres earlier, whatever color I decide to do the outside of the building, these will get straight paint, along with the pilasters will get straight paint, and then the building itself will be a wash of whatever color I decide to do. Now, to go a step further, talking about the windows, I am going to have the windows and doors painted the same color inside and outside. So with that being said, once this is painted, there's no way that I could stick the acetate to this. So what I am going to try is this this stuff right here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. Let me move this out of the way first of all, and let me see if I can zoom in on that. There you go, that's a little bit better. Anyhow, you can see that right there. That is this Model Masters Clear Parts Cement and Window Maker. Let's see, let me back off a bit. There you go. So I want to see if I can actually make a window. I don't know if you guys are going to see that, but you can see up here in the upper half right here. Now it says it needs to dry for a couple hours, and it's been about probably, I'm going to say probably 45 minutes so far, and I could already see that I missed a spot. There's a hole. I don't know if you guys can see that hole down there. It's the lower row, the second one over. But anyhow, I want to see if this is going to work, because if it does, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these guys here and I'm just going to clear coat them on both sides, and then use this stuff in there, and then I'll have the same color gray on inside and outside. That's just one idea. The other idea is for me to actually go ahead and paint these whatever color, I don't know, but basically I'm just trying to save a step and leave them gray. Even the doors, leave them. I might do the doors in metallic, I'm not sure yet, or I might do them in red, who knows. Anyhow, so that's everything that's going to be going on with the windows right now. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take these out to my garage and give them a clear coat, and we'll see how this dries up here in a couple hours. In the meanwhile, I'll go ahead and paint some of the stuff that needs to get painted. You know what, even if it stays frosted like that, it wouldn't be too bad actually. Anyhow, the idea of windows is to have light. So I'm going to go head out to my garage and give these a squirt with some clear coat, dull clear coat, flat. That's what I'm trying to say. There you go, Vinny. Alright, and we'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, I have some of the pilasters painted right now, and what I'm doing is actually putting a wash of this warm buff. This guy right here, it's apple barrel paint. Yeah, apple barrel. Satin acrylic paint, quick drying, easy cleanup, dishwasher safe. Yeah. So I mix them here in the water, and really guys are not going to see the difference between the factory color and the other color that I did, but it does tone it down a bit, and it gives it a little bit nicer, warmer color, as the color suggests. Warm buff. Anyhow, I'm just going to show you how I did this real quick. Just going to do this one side right here for the doors. I don't know where to hold this thing. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to dip it in this little tray of water I got here, and I'm just going to start the top and work down. Yes, I'm doing it all by brush because it'll save me time from trying to mask everything up if I try to use a spray can. But as you can see, it doesn't take that long. Just goes right into it. And the reason why I'm doing it as a wash is I'm trying to hopefully bring some of the original color through, so give it like two-tone color of brick. I've never worked with brick before, so this is totally new for me. I don't really know how to paint this stuff. Alright, well, just to give you an idea of how I'm painting this guy. And then we will carry on. I already got, like I said, I already got the pilasters all painted up. So I just need to get them glued in place. And then the exterior will pretty much be done. I just need to put some trim around these doors and install the window sills and all of that stuff. But other than that, I guess we're going to be done. So stay tuned, we'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, in one of the last clips I did, I showed you that I was going to be using this stuff for the windows, and I also showed you one of the windows that had this stuff on it. At that time it was still all foggy and stuff. Well, it took about 2 or 3 hours for this to dry up, and I'll show you what it looks like here. You guys can see the reflection of the light on the lower half right there. It does a pretty good job. But for the way I'm doing this build, and because I want the windows to be painted on the inside as well as the outside, because when he takes the roofs off, you're going to see the windows from the inside. And I didn't want to take the acetate and just go across the window onto the wall. That would make it look ugly. So that's why I decided to go this way. Anyhow, I'm going to show you how it's done. It's not really hard. Alright guys, what you're looking at now is a failure on my part. I don't know why this happened, but as you can see, I had to cut every one of these out because this stuff right here actually cemented itself to the wax paper, and that's pretty weird because my super glue doesn't even stick to this. But anyhow, I wound up with major problems. As you can see, well, first of all, let me show you. Is it this one? Yeah. First of all, as you can see, this guy here, the actual stuff made this so weak that it broke. Okay? And then, as I was trying to take this all apart and take it all out, as you can see right there, it broke some of the window panes. So now I am painstakingly cleaning this one up because I only have 2 more of these windows left, and I don't know where to get them because they are Grant Line. And I understand someone else bought Grant Line, but I'm not sure who that was. Anyhow, the upper windows, they're going to stay just the way they are, only because the panes are way smaller, and I'm afraid that I'll break these. I mean, I do have spares of these, but time is money, guys, you know, and so far I've been wasting a lot of time just on these windows. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and clean this one up, and I think what I'm going to do is I am going to leave leave these 2 windows right here in the sprue, except for this one, and put the window stuff in there like that, because when I did this one, the test one, it was still on the sprue, so it had space underneath. No matter which way you put it, it had a little bit of space, so that's why it didn't stick to the wax paper. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and clean these windows up, and because of that, I don't think we're going to do the reveal on this particular video. I still have too much to do. Anyhow, with that being said, we'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, we're going to start dressing up the outside of this building while I wait for the window fix to dry up. I tried doing the best I can with that one window. We'll see how it's going to work out. Hopefully it'll work out, because I don't have those windows and I don't know where to get them. So anyhow, what we're going to do now is we're going to start with trimming around the garage doors, or the openings here. So you see I got one there and one there, and I also painted the bottoms yellow. And so now we're just going to go ahead and do the 3 on this side. And I already have them painted, as you can see. It's simple. I just put a piece of tape on them and just went ahead and painted them just like that. So now they're like little matchsticks. Take that and put that over there. And so now we'll go ahead and put these in here. Let's see. I'm going to use my regular Model Masters glue for this. Oops. Oopsie. Not supposed to happen. Now these width-wise are pretty much the same as the pilasters I'm going to be putting on here. So I tried to match them up so they look pretty much like they belong together. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be the reveal in this one, because I have those windows to deal with now, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to do the reveal on this one, but it did not work out for my favor. So what I did was, these are painted with the same color that I did the outside, but just straight paint, not a wash, so they kind of stand out a bit. I wish those windows didn't screw up. I'd like to have this done today, but don't look like it's going to happen. I may have to order some windows out to get in touch with Yankee Dabbler and see if they have them, or if they know where they can get them. So this might delay this build by a couple days. And there you go. It's just a little extra detail with the yellow on the bottom. It matched up with the yellow lines that I did on the floor or foundation or whatever you want to call it. Now, anyhow, next step, I guess, is to stop putting the pilasters on there. I guess that's how you say it. And then on top of these, we're going to put the what I am going to be calling the overhead door mechanisms, or roll-ups, or whatever you want to call them, storage. So they get this in here. And what I'm going to use is this half round right here, and that'll go above the door like that, and it will look like the roll-up door mechanism. But in the meanwhile, let's see what else we can do here. We'll be back shortly. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got this window cleaned up pretty good, but I can't go any further because these little I forgot what they call those, moulins, I think is what they're called, but they are breaking, so I have them glued, and I think that's the best I'm going to do with this guy. And then the other one I said was going to be this guy, which he's already got some window stuff in there, and I'm not going to take it out because I don't want a chance breaking it. And then I also have my last 2 new ones. So while the glue is drying on that one, we're going to go ahead and start working on the pie elasters on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a slight little groove so the glue will be less sloppy, I guess you want to say. And we're just going to go down. Like that. Now, it's not working as well as just on regular plastic. Alright, we're just going to have to play with it the way it is. Guys, you never know if something's going to work or it's not going to work unless you try it. And I show you my failures so you don't make the same. So anyhow, here's a piece of the pie elaster we're going to put on there. It's going to go right down the center, and I'll cut it down later. I'll just cut it long enough for right now. And then I'll trim down the top later on. Alright, so how we're going to do this, again, we're going to be using my Model Masters glue. And we'll go ahead, I don't know if you guys can see this over here. Move the camera around a bit. Move it down. There you go. And we're just going to put a bead of glue on here. Try not to put too much so it don't squeeze out onto the ends. And then I'm just going to take this, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but I do have my lines on there where these have got to go. So get them right there and right there. And we'll do the same for the other ones. And the corners, we're going to use angles, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. We'll go ahead and do this guy. Now the unfortunate thing is, like I mentioned earlier, when I did this, I really wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I kind of got a little bit close to these windows here, but we'll just have to make that work. This is going to go all the way up to the top also. Now for this one here, if I can find it, I'm going to use my square just to make sure. Of course, when I look for something I can't find it, I gotta clean up this bench every once in a while. And we're just gonna have to eyeball it. That's all. Now at the same time, these ones here will cover up the seams, so that's a good thing. That's what I'm looking for. Always got to try and hide as many seams as you can. Alright, and then we got this last one here. And he will get cut long also. And so you guys can see how this is going to work out. So I'm going to go ahead and finish everything off camera, and I'll bring you back when this is together, and I guess we'll call it good for this video, only because of what happened with the windows. Otherwise I would have finished this anyhow. So there, and now we've got to do a couple on this side. As you can see, these guys have already been pre-painted. You know, it's funny, I thought I even had these centered, but I guess I didn't. Because he's got a lot more room by the window. Oh well, it was done afterwards. They put new windows in this place. They put bigger windows. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Alright guys, so that's how this is going to look. I'm going to put a couple more across here. Just to give you an idea. Let's see if this guy will fit. No, I don't think so. But anyhow, it'll be something like this that'll go across the center ones here. And I guess I could do that right now and get this done with. And like I said, I know you guys can't see the lines on there, but there is lines of measurements where I had to put these. Alright guys, there you go. Of course all of these need to get trimmed down, and I'll wait till the glue sets up and then I'll trim them down. But each one of these represents one of the beams that's inside the building. And so we'll continue on. I'll put the corner pieces on and we'll do the other side and we'll see how this looks. So with all that being said, we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, this is a final look before I end this video, but as you can see I've got all my pilasters on the front and the side with the cross beams going across here. My corner pieces are all in, more pilasters on the back side, and then on this side here. Anyhow, unfortunately we can't finish this building today. I wanted to, but I need to see how this window situation is going to work out. So, with all that being said, there'll be a part 6. Thanks for watching, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 and Cousin Vinny out.